everyone. So today I wanted to talk about the pill that I've been taking for my acne called Accutane. And it really is a great medication if you have persistent cystic or bad acne. It really is the only way to get rid of it. So it is a very complicated drug though. There are side effects, and obtaining it and going through the program is very difficult. So I will explain that. So basically with Accutane, if you take Accutane in the United States, not all countries have this, but in the United States they do, you are automatically enrolled in a program called iPledge, which is basically saying that you pledge not to get pregnant while taking Accutane because Accutane causes bad birth defects. And if you follow my channel, you know that I did get pregnant while I was taking Accutane, so that was a pretty big fuck up on my part. But yeah, you don't want that to happen. Some of the side effects, or the birth defects rather, of getting pregnant or having a child on Accutane would be cleft palate, heart defects, unusually large fluid spaces in the baby's brain, unusually small head, eye and ear abnormalities, facial disfigurement, intellectual disabilities, and central nervous system malformations. So there are definitely a lot of side effects or birth defects that come when you get pregnant on this medication. So I had to get an abortion, and that's what my doctor pretty much strongly advised. That's what any doctor would strongly advise to you. So if you do want to get pregnant, then you can't be on this medication. You shouldn't try getting pregnant if you do want to have a baby for up to 3 to 6 months after getting off the medication. So you have to wait quite some time before it's safe to start to try to get pregnant on it. So you definitely don't want any of that stuff in your system because you don't want those birth defects. So anyway, so the iPledge program, what that is you have to, there's a website called like iPledgeprogram.com where every month before you get your refill, you have to go on the website and answer about 10 to 12 questions about your Accutane. So you have to confirm the birth control that you're using. It's a requirement that you use 2 forms of birth control, whether it be like a pill and the condom, or something like an IUD and a condom, just whatever. You have to use 2 forms of birth control. So you have to state that, and then you answer your questions. Questions are things like, say you think you are possibly pregnant, your condom broke, what do you do? Multiple choice answers. Correct answer would be to inform your doctor and talk about emergency birth control. So that would be an answer. Other questions may be like, what are the birth defects? And those would be like, it would have small ears, or no ears, fluid in the brain, all of the above. The answer would be all of the above. So they're not hard questions, they're pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I've actually ever missed one. I think I've always gotten them right. So if you do miss one, then you can probably try again. It's not like you're not going to get your medication for that month if you miss a question. So don't worry about that. This is protocol that you have to go through answering these questions. Now, in addition to going online and answering these questions each month, you also have to go into your doctor and take a pregnancy test. So you have to take a urine pregnancy test each month before you get your medication as well. And when you first get on Accutane, you have to take 2 pregnancy tests. You have to have 2 negative ones. So when you first go in to see your doctor for the very first time, and then you have to wait 30 days, and then you have to have a second negative pregnancy test before they put you on the medication. So that is pretty much iPledge in a nutshell. As far as what the pills look like, so they come in like a nice little box like this. Accutane is a generic, and when you open it up, this is really annoying, but you have to like pop them out. They have like a little no pregnancy image on the back of them. So, and then they're just kind of like gel tablets. They're kind of squishy actually, which is sort of weird. But yeah, that's what they look like. This dose is 20 milligrams. As far as the dosaging works is, this was actually before I got pregnant. I was on Accutane for 3 months and then I got pregnant. And then per the iPledge program, I had to wait 60 days plus the 6 weeks that I was pregnant, while I was still taking it for like 5 of those weeks that I was pregnant because I didn't know until the 6th week. But for that period of time, I had to wait, so I was off Accutane for about 2.5 months. And when I got back on Accutane, I upped my dose from 20 milligrams to 30 milligrams. Now, the recommended dosage is pretty much how it works is the higher dose you are, the less amount of time you'll have to be on the medication. Like at my dose, I'll have to be on the medication for 6 to 9 months. My doctor told me that a lot of insurance companies are only covering Accutane for 5 months, so those people will have to be on higher dosages. So I know 40 is a really common dose. A lot of people are on 40 milligrams. Some are even on 60. I don't know if anyone goes higher than 60 milligrams, but I think 40 is pretty common. 20 was a really low one. 30 is low to moderate, but 30 is what I'm sticking at because of the side effects. So let me get into the side effects. So they're really not too terrible, but they're not great either. The most common side effects of Accutane are dry skin, itching, rash, dry nose, nosebleeds, cracks in the corners of the mouth, dry lips, cracking or peeling of skin, inflammation of the whites of the eyes, dry eyes, so issues with your contacts possibly. I haven't had that luckily. Joint pain, back pain, dizziness, drowsiness, nervousness, or changes in your fingernails and toenails. Now, I have had drowsiness. I don't know if that's caused from the medication or not. And it also affects depression. So I, as everyone knows, struggle with depression. And I don't know if this is hurting that or making it worse. It could be, or it could just be my depression in general and have nothing to do with the medication. So it's kind of hard to say, but that's another reason why I'm on a lower dose, because the higher the doses, the more these side effects can happen. So, and then as far as picking up your medication, so they give you this little ID card right here. That's what it looks like, and you show that to the pharmacist to pick up your medication. Now, there's actually 2 ways to get this medication. There's also a mail order pharmacy. When I showed this card to the pharmacist, it was going to cost me $60 in a copay to get the medication. The mail order pharmacy that takes 2 days to deliver, or really overnight to deliver the medication, is completely free. So I don't know if it's like that for most insurance companies, but for my insurance company it is, where I don't have a copay. So that's how I like to do it. And basically they just call me after I get my negative pregnancy test, and I go to the iPledgeprogram.com and answer my handful of questions. Then the mail order pharmacy, they're called Direct Success, they call me and they just confirm everything, confirm shipping, and then they ship it out. And when they ship it out, there is a form that I honestly don't read it, but it's something that you have to sign, just like terms and conditions, liability, whatnot. So you just have to sign it and you have to mail it back. So that's a little bit of a nuisance, another step that you have to take, but definitely worth it not having any kind of copay that way. So that's what I do. Now, as far as the side effects that I have had dry lips the most, and what I use for that is my doctor actually gave me this as a sample. It's called Aquaphor, and this works really well to make them a little bit less chapped. Also, if you use moisturizing lipstick or lip balm, that's really helpful too. I know like you don't really want to wear lipstick on like days that you're just running errands and stuff, but if you do wear like some colored lipstick, if you wear that for like 6 to 8 hours, or maybe not that long, maybe a little bit less than that, but if you wear that for partial of the day, then it really makes a difference on how your lips are afterwards for another day or so before they get chapped up again. So there is some remedies out there to use. Always use moisturizer on your face to help with any cracked skin. That's what I do. I use Lush moisturizer specifically, and it's called the Vanishing Cream, and it works tremendously. So I would definitely recommend Lush's Vanishing Cream to anyone out there. It's a little bit pricey. It's like $40, but it lasts a very, very long time. It comes in a nice little pot. Anyone who buys Lush knows what their packaging is like. They come in the little pots. So yeah, I think that is about everything I wanted to cover. I have some pictures that I will insert at the end of the video of what my face looked before using Accutane. They're all actually screen grabs from my previous videos where I was wearing some makeup in them, so you don't see like the red inflammation very much, but you can definitely see that my acne was pretty bad and pretty flared up. And now you can see also in my videos, but I'll just kind of show you now, my skin, it looks pretty darn good. So I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I still have like some spots, like some scarring that will fade in time, just from old pimples. But yeah, my skin is pretty good for the most part. I have not had a breakout in like 2 months, so that is saying something there. It takes about a month or two, maybe a month or two for it to really start working. When I was on 20 milligrams, I was still getting an occasional breakout, but after I went up to 30 milligrams, I didn't get breakouts at all. So I think 30 milligrams is a really good dose to be at, as long as your insurance doesn't cut you off after a certain number of months. So, and I think that about covers everything that I wanted to say about Accutane. So, do not hesitate to get on this drug. Try not to become pregnant on it, but if you do, it's not the end of the world. You will survive. I am a survivor. So, yeah, I hope you guys got something out of this video and it was informative to you, and thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe to me if you have not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.